well as the new vocalist, I've written all the lyrics for our new tracks. We have 3 recorded so far. The title track, The Spiral Obsession, is about actually some Japanese literature I've read that it was the main inspiration for the track. It's basically about the shape spiral and how common it is in the world, and then I kind of give it like an evil atmosphere. You know, we're really about being evil, kind of in our lyrics at the moment. You know, not so much brutal death like, you know, ripping pregnant ladies in half or anything like that, but really just about death in general and the effect it has on people around it. Another song we've written is called Articles, and it's basically about the hatred of mankind. You know, misanthropy. Basically, it's from a point of view of a guy who just really hates society and man and people and really just wishes to be alone in the world. We have another track that's based on a poem I read when I was younger called Earl Koenig. It's a German poem originally that was translated into English, and it's about a father and son who are traveling through the woods to their family farm, and the son is very ill and claims to see like basically death at his feet, trying to take him with him, and the father tries to tell him that, you know, it's all in his head, it doesn't exist, and at the end of the song the child ends up dying. But yeah, most of my lyrical inspiration comes from Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, 2 of my favorite authors, and just evil stuff in general, I guess.
As the ex-vocalist, what are some of the songs that you wrote and what are their themes?
I only wrote 1 good song out of the 5, and that was Mindset. Yeah, it was about the genocide in Darfur and Africa and shit, and it's basically about the teenage kids who are snorting cocaine with gunpowder and shooting other kids and other people, and basically genocide. I heard about that on NPR of all places because my dad listens to it like crazy. But the other songs that I wrote, the other 3 that have lyrics, I'm not gonna lie, I was tripping my face off on acid when I wrote all of those lyrics. So
The Weakest Man.
Whoa!
The Weakest Man was basically about our old drummer who ditched us after a show, and it's about him and how much of an asshole he is and how weak of a human being he is for the way he left the band and stuff. Law of Retaliation, the title pretty much gives it away. It's about dealing with an ex-vocalist that we had and the struggles that we had dealing with him. And Blasphemy Through Dismal Actions, that was just basically a song, a heavy-ass death metal song that was a middle finger lyrically towards society, the church, anything like that that tries to put a standard in people's lives. It was just a time in my life that I figured it was appropriate, so. Lyrically, like I said, I was tripping on acid, so. Yeah.
It's interesting to see like the different ways that you guys write. Josh takes more of a standpoint from other pieces of art and makes his own depiction of it and kind of makes it his own, whereas you kind of like use things in your life and write about it, like kind of kind of fuck off.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that I'm a guitar player and a songwriter before I was ever a vocalist. I mean, I ended up with, you know, dealing with the last vocalist from the last band that we were in. I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this myself, and lyrically all I could do was take from experiences that I was dealing with at the time and write about those, because that's what was feeding my creativity at the time. Musically, I write guitar riffs, maybe certain arrangements, and we'll practice on them, work on them in the practice space. Joe is a genius when it comes to song arrangements and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah.
So we just basically will work on a song for a few months at a time and just figure it out. And in the past, I've had the burden of having to put lyrics to the songs. So now that we have Josh, we can have him come in, and he's involved in the creative process. So,
Fuck yeah.
So What he does lyrically, ask him. I don't know.
Well, you know, the songs, we write them first, you know, obviously all the music gets written, and then, you know, while it's being written, you know, I listen to it, I take it all in, and, you know, I'll work with it, I'll scream to it in my head, try to get the sounds down, you know, but I really don't do anything lyrically until we get something down, recorded, you know, something I can listen to, play back, and write to. Because that's the way I prefer to do it, you know, I like to know the song before I write to it.
Kind of like, give me something to sing over.
Yeah, basically, you know, I'm not the kind of person who writes first and then applies it to music later. I like to feel the music out first, and when I have a good, you know, grasp on the riffs and, you know, the different accents the song has, then I can go ahead and explore it musically myself as a vocalist.
In Madison, Wisconsin, our old guitar player like jumped off the stage or something.
Jumped on, tried to jump on it?
He tried to jump back on the stage and just ate shit. Fell on his face. It was hilarious. We played in like the shittiest places ever, and we've also played in the coolest places ever. Live experiences. I mean, we've opened up for all of our favorite bands: Necrophagist, The Faceless, Dying
We still need to
Fetus,
open up for Black Dahlia Murder.
Black
My life would
Dahlia,
be set
Slayer.
after that.
As long as we got a party with them, you know. That's
We
all
could
I
open
want.
up for Barry White. I'm done. I'm ready to quit. He's dead though, so it doesn't matter.
Is he really?
Yeah, he died.
Damn.
Fucking crazy live experiences. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, we smoked weed with Travis of Cattle Decapitation when he was
Stayed at his house.
DJing.
That was badass.
I think I was tripping that weed was so good.
His girlfriend made us some badass
cinnamon rolls
in the
oh
morning.
my god.
And we smoked some badass, I don't even know what that fucking was.
California weed.
Smoked
man.
that shit, and then we got lost in San Diego because we were trying to look for our borders. And we were stoned out of our mind.
Basically, all of our
That has
tour
nothing
stories.
to do with live shows. That's just
Yeah.
tour shit.
Live stuff, I have no idea. I just have tour stories, and they all involve weed and booze. So.
All right, well, I mean, that's where most of the shit happens when you're on tour. You're up there playing your shit, but whenever you're
I have a
not
live
playing
experience.
stuff-
Our first show with Olin, our ex-guitar player a few years back, it was a terrible show, and I got belligerently drunk, and I jumped off the stage and shit. That was pretty cool. That's about it.
Guitar in hand or what?
Guitar in hand. There's a picture of it.
Yeah, that's
I'm like
awesome.
Michael Jordan.
Mid-air.
With a Kerry King flying V. Los Angeles.
Fucking Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Which one? When we got wasted
The
as
last
fuck.
one. The last
At
one.
11 in the morning, I'm having alcohol withdrawals. So we get some Steel Reserve and we start pounding beers.
We went to Walmart because our tire got a flat.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're like, fuck this, we need a drink. So we bought like tall cans of Steel Reserves and just got smashed all day. And it was
It
like
was 11
started
in the
getting warm
morning.
and shit too.
Yeah.
And we just, fuck it, we need a drink. So we drank all fucking day. We finally sobered up about like 10 minutes before the show started actually.
Yeah.
And then,
But we had a bar
Then we had
tab,
a bar
too.
tab, and me and Drethus just started buying, like, getting pictures and pictures and pictures, and finally, just pretty much got alcohol poisoning.
I remember talking to the tour manager for Monstrosity. I don't know what I was talking about. I was so belligerent, ass hammered. It was fucking awesome. But we were drinking that day. We got wasted by like noon, and we're walking down Las Vegas Boulevard or whatever the strip is with all the casinos, and it's like 115 degrees, and we're fucking wasted ass drunk. It was terrible. And we trashed the hotel room in Los Angeles. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was-
Trashed a hotel in Rochester, New York. That was pretty good. Olin got his dick sucked, but.
Sick.
Oh man. Yeah, I wasn't there for any of this. So.
He's about to get his ass kicked on tour, though.
Oh, I can't wait.